Hello, there we go. Okay, my for some reason my headphones decided not to pick up for a moment, and I was like, "Hey, that's rude." But hello, hello. We are so back. Um, I was unable to stream art last week, so today we're gonna try and get up to 4 outfits done. So this is gonna be probably a long stream. We're gonna be locking in. I found my pens, so we can actually ink our drawings this time. It'll be great. We're gonna be starting with Jimmy, then Tango, and then if we have time, we'll also do Ren and Martin. Um, but we'll just see how things kind of go, and yeah. So we're gonna hop right in. Um, so this is one of the ones we did last time. We're just going to kind of finish inking everything because I found my things. I love my pens. My pens are fabulous. I have a lot of pens actually. So I have many pens. But we're going to work on just kind of. It won't ink the best since I'm inking over colored pencils. But I'd like to at least get some, just so that we can see the lines better. And it gets you guys a chance to remember kind of what we worked on last time. So I hope you're doing good. Insomniac. I hope you're doing well, and I'm just gonna start off a little easy today. So yeah, I would have loved to have streamed last week, but God, was it not my week. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure that I have. My blank piece disappeared. Okay, that's fine. I like keeping a blank piece underneath whatever I'm inking. It doesn't really bleed through on this, but I do it anyway. So, just good practice. I would be better practice if my camera would actually. It'll focus here. Kind of. Nah, it's just blurry. See? Nope. Cool. It's just slightly blurry camera. That's fine. Are you drawing inspiration? So the general kind of design is that on the left side is heavily inspired by their Minecraft skin. So like this is as close as I could get to Scar's Minecraft skin while still making it like kind of a outfit. And you'll see that's the same for green and stuff, as well as a mix of like a little bit of fan art and things like that, but very much Minecraft skin inspired. The one on the right is what I call the lore skin, quote unquote. So this is basically the concept is we have their normal whatever skin they'd be wearing, and then this is kind of once they've assimilated into the Minecraft world. So whether they're and this skin is heavily inspired on kind of like, okay, where are they? What is their role? So the Crassel people all have like kind of medieval knight inspired outfits, and Scar and Green both have like kind of deserty outfits. So they're all kind of inspired by like where do they live now. So yeah. But one of the things that I do try to keep the same is colors. So you'll see the colors kind of stay the same between the two outfits. This allows you to really know, like, okay, yes, this is a different outfit from Scar, but this is obviously still Scar. So, yeah. Okay, there we go. The scar has been inked. So, for example, Green is a great example. He is a wonderful example of his Minecraft skin versus lore skin. Because his Minecraft skin has like so many layers. You could not wear this in a desert. I mean, you could, but like, I don't think you're gonna last long in the heat. So, and the like fan part is obviously we still gave him wings because he's a little pesky bird. So technically, his Minecraft skin does not have wings, but we gave him wings anyway. But you can see for him, his sweater kind of gets rolled up. He finds a protective like cloak to kind of protect him from the elements and things. His pants become shorts, and his typical like Vans or sneakers become boots that are better for hiking. So things like that are kind of how I take the definitely like, okay, this is green, and turn it into how does this green survive in the desert. So it's a fun little challenge. So, but I just want to ink all these real fast. They just look more finished when inked. Thank you. I like building the lore of each outfit. It's actually one of my favorite things about costuming is how each costume holds a story. And you can especially see this in if you ever talk to someone who does movies or even people that do LARP. Who's your favorite? That's real. I have a friend who really enjoys Grian, so I I like Grian, but I will say he's not my favorite. He's not bad. He's very fun, but he's not my favorite. I am a Scott fan through and through. I am so biased to Scott. I do not deny it. Also the only character they kept with. Yeah, I love Grian lore is fun. Honestly, that's why I like watching Martin. Like when I watch Martin, I really enjoy it because I love all of the lore. I've actually kept up with a lot of it. Like I'm like for not consistently getting to watch his streams and stuff, like I actually have kept up with a lot of Martin lore. So in depth. Ugh. Downside about wings, you gotta draw the 5,000 feathers. Trying to figure out where I put the fingers in this drawing. Yeah. Hello, Yami. Abu. We're currently inking the drawings that we finished last time when I couldn't find my pens. And then we're gonna keep going on to the new drawings. Which I swear, inking is one of the longest parts of the process. Like, it should be so fast and easy, and yet it's never is. There's one green! And some water. I have been insanely, like, dehydrated recently, so there will be many a water breaks so that I can stay mostly hydrated. That's what I get for living in 100-degree heat. Actually, I don't think it's 100 degrees, but still it's hot recently. Also, I will say one really tiny. Well, because I whenever I stream on my own account, it's not on YouTube, but that's because this is a musical project. This is the GSCS account, or of Golden Sands and Crimson Snow. We are a Third Life musical, and we do stream on YouTube. We'll eventually also stream on Twitch whenever we figure out how to co-stream and feel like doing that. But for now, we do the YouTube. So hopefully at some point some of the other lovely heads will join us, but they are also very busy, so it might just be me today. We'll see. We shall see. I will say for like these ones, the lore skins, I will take inspiration from fan art as well as like Grian has like his literal thumbnail of him in the desert. So I did take inspiration from that on kind of like, okay, here's kind of what they see for lore and worked that in. That's why he has his little cloak. Though I will say I did add an extra stripe because like you can't give me 2 of the 3 stripes on your cloak and not expect me to add the third. I think bro only had red and yellow and green, and I'm like, nah, I gotta add the yellow stripe to the cloak. Desert Duo. Desert Duo is fire. I love the Desert Duo. I will say, as much as I love the Desert Duo, I prefer Divorce Duo. I really like Pearl and Scott. They're such a silly duo. Hell yeah. Not Green was actually, I think, I want to say he was the third perspective I ever watched on Third Life. Like, it actually took me a while to watch Green's perspective. Yeah. Because I watched. Yeah, because I watched Scott and then I watched Martin. And then I started watching Green because I was like, I feel like I should watch the person who actually made the series, watch their perspective. Um, and then shortly after we started doing research for the musical, so then I actually had a good reason to watch all of Green's episodes. I know. The scandal. I never watched Green until forever. Uh, the Korean. Now this is one that you guys didn't get to see last time. So, because he was already colored, but he's not inked. So you get to see him. Hmm. Yeah, I actually like I never watch Korean. I always watch Scott, and then I tend to watch if I feel like it, I'll usually watch Martin or Pearl or something. I like to try and get one perspective from every team for each season, but we'll see. We It varies on whether or not that actually happens. It all depends on how much time I have. But yeah, this is Impulse, our little Crassel boy. Impulse of the SV variety. So this one I colored off stream. So this is the first time anyone's getting to see it, but he needs to be outlined. Also, I will say it's very funny because I did do this with was working on this one with the other heads, and we decided to give him a cursive I for his like armor form. Promise I'm healthy about any and all Hermitcraft as like content creators. Incredibly healthy. Totally not part of a musical about them. Totally don't think about this musical every day of my life. Totally not. I'm totally not a not I totally have not been here since the musical started. Totally not one of the OG people that's now helping lead it. Actually, recently I've been napping more than I've actually been working on the musical. That's my bad. But I get yippee. There is a reason the eye goes kind of just out. It just goes out. The little swirlies go out. They do not make a circle. I learned that the little swirlies at the end of the eye that usually go on cursive letters cannot make a circle. They're not allowed to. I'm not going to say why they can't make a circle, but they're just not allowed to fully make a circle. They must go outwards. Or just not exist. Either way works, but they cannot make a circle. I've been watching Hermitcraft 7. Nice. I joined season 9. I know, I joined fairly late into the game. So, and actually I joined Hermitcraft because I found Empires first. And then from there found the Life series and then joined Hermitcraft. So. Yo. Season 6? Hell yeah. I need to go back and watch some of those older seasons. I've been wanting to. I haven't had the chance to, but I really want to. Like I just got I gotta see Mayor Mumbo. That's all I want in life. Or not Mayor Mumbo, Mayor Scar. Mumbo tried for mayor, he failed. But I gotta see Mayor Scar. I will say though, the nice thing about kind of season 9 and then going into season 10 is that they had, like, especially season 9 had a ton of callbacks to previous seasons. Like, it was just the season of reminiscing, I feel like. And so I gotta learn so much about Hermitcraft through just, like, them reminiscing. I know, Mumbo for mayor. I wish Mumbo was mayor. He would make a great mayor. Dumbo deserves to be mayor. Yeah, because I'd at least like to watch season 6. So that's about three. There's a 3 seasons that I want to do: season 6, 7, and 8, because those are like. It seems like most people joined around season 6 is when most of the fandom joined. Season 8 was just the season of lore, and then I want to learn about like the mycelium battle and the. There we go. I'm back. Shout out to my headphones that just decided to randomly die for no reason and no warning, even though I charged them before stream. We love my headphones. Yours are always. They are. I've been impressed. Like, there haven't really. Like, last season we had the permit office, but otherwise there haven't really been, I feel like, any full out, like, wars recently. Like, especially this season. It's been pretty chill so far. I know it's still pretty early in the season, but, like. We just vibing right now. Yeah. Season 7. Sealing more season 7 is something you may enjoy for artistic design. Definitely. Yeah, season 10 with Rencroft. We love the castle. I love the castle. Or Flower Pot versus Corruption Greed, Hermitcraft Civil War in season 6. Yep. Yeah, I'm like like as far as I'm concerned, I was promised that Grian was the rebellion. I was promised more rebellions in my Hermitcraft. I have not gotten enough rebellions. Like in season 10 we got anti-rebellion. Or was that season 10? I guess. I thought that was season. Yeah, that was season 10. It was just really early in season 10. Yeah, cuz we got like no, that was season 9. That was season 9 with the Ren dog. I forgot. God, my brain's blurred. But so we got season 9 we had anti-rebellion Grian. And Poultryman. We did get some wonderful Poultryman. Because we got the lovely flower pots and things. Um, but otherwise, I have not gotten my rebellious pesky bird. I've only been given Prankster, and Prankster's not bad. Prankster did put fart noises under Impulse's bed. But otherwise, I'm like, I want the pesky bird. Give me a rebellion. Give me a true war. And not just between Doc absolutely torturing Scar. Because that's the current war, it's very one-sided. Honestly, I feel like Impulse is like one of the best examples of showing like how I take their Minecraft skin and turn it really into their lore skin. Because it's very much Impulse. It's all the same colors. Everything translates once to one. But it's also very medievally night. So, which is great. Because it works for both teams. We really wanted to keep him as a Dark Knight because, like, we're like, well, he's our lovely double agent. We gotta keep him all evil and secretive looking. I don't know who I'm not sure why I'm saying we. It was just me. Most of these are me just going, what do I want to do? And then doodling it. Alright. Almost done inking the impulse. Alright. The impulse is finished. Now on to the two that we did last time. Starting with Scott. The Scott Major. My favorite. I am biased. It has, so for the chest piece, it has sections. So this part is one plate, but that's actually pretty accurate. And then around the waist, it has segments and things so that you can bend at the waist, and your arms are still free, so you can move your arms and things. So this is actually fairly accurate to actual armor. So this part, yes, is stiff, but the rest of it can still allow for movement. So, and these are also only first iterations, so it's fairly likely that things will continue to change. These are just some ideas before we start kind of, so that when we get to the art part, we can start figuring out kind of what we want to do. So, yeah. Now on to my lovely flamboyant gay boy. Which we love the contrast between, like, Scott and Impulse, for example. Like, Scott is so brightly colored compared to Impulse, and it's just kind of great. Zoop. By the way, Yami, if you are interested in the musical, the link to the Discord is in the description if you wish to join. Scott is gay. Scott is very... Nah, this is a straight man pose. This is the pose of a straight man. Like, definitely the pose of a very straight man right there. The scary thing of it. I just realized I did not color Scott's ankles. I just left this man's ankles white. I mean, not inaccurate, but also like cover up them ankles. We'll say I kind of enjoy how simple that skin is. The flower crown. Go. He has his little crown. Little elf ears. Ooh. Hold on, I need to write something down real quick. No, this. Okay, sorry, I had a quick idea that I really wanted to write down um, for something possibly later. We'll see. We'll see if that becomes a musical thing, but we just gotta absolutely speed run typing real quick. Okay. Now I get to go to a con next weekend. I'm going with a group, so I already have an outfit planned. It's not a cosplay, but I would like to do more cosplays. I haven't done any recently. I was gonna remake one, and I can't find my white fabric that I need to remake it, so I haven't yet. I don't want to buy more white fabric. At some point, once probably after we finish inking everything, we'll take a quick break just for me to stretch. Um, and then keep going. So this is just a fun, creative stream. We got a lot that's gonna be going today. Boop. I love how his one outfit goes from so simple to so much more complex as soon as he becomes Hobbit. God, I need to fill up my water bottle. I need to drink all my water. Sad. Next is probably one of my favorite outfits I've designed. It's fun is that I get to redesign everything whenever last life comes. Huzzah! Also, yeah, I mean, if you're still here, once you do, there's a little, in intros, there's a pinned format. Once you do that, then I can give you access to the rest of the server. To seize the world. Chaos that is the creations of art. Okay, there we go. Scott, finished. Last one before I get to draw a new character. Let's go. He's so pretty. This one I might have got a little bit overboard with. I regret nothing though. Likes it. Okay, well, I messed that up. That's fine. Cleo's always been so pretty to me. Like, I know that sounds dumb because, like, we only just got her face reveal recently, but my brain's always just been like, yeah, that person's pretty. It's something about the confidence that she always has. It's just great. So we must do Queen Cleo or Castle Cleo justice. We know that technically B-Dubs is in charge of the castle, but like we all know Cleo's actually in charge. It's like when the prince is too young to rule, so they have their advisor or whatever they're called actually leading for them. There's a fancy term for it, but I forget right now. When your brain fails on the one thing you're supposed to know, the fantasy history. No. Got them fabulous socks. It got really cloudy outside. Huh. If it's gonna rain later today. I hope not. And this one I actually took some inspiration from one of Cleo's other skins. It's actually a Hermitcraft skin. I forget what season it is. I think it may have been season 6 or something. But apparently, like at one point, she has like a skin that's like kind of a ball gown or something. So I kind of took inspiration from that skin for this outfit. And to get the nice flowy vibe that matches what Cleo would wear. I know I'm a very quiet person when drawing. That's what the hand's supposed to do. Okay. Well, that hand's doing a different thing. That's fine. Recently, I've been watching the movie Chicago again. Not sure if you guys have seen it, but it's a movie to say the least. But like I love the music for that movie. It's just so fun. I would love to work on that. Like like I didn't like I was thinking like of musicals that I would want to work on. That's definitely one of them. I've never actually gotten to see the musical in person, but I just know it would be so fun to work on. So I think that like of musical options, that's definitely one of the ones I think I would love to work on at some point as a designer or even as a person like as an actor in it. I wouldn't mind getting to do those dances. They're really fun. So, fun fact, one of the people in Chicago is actually inspired by a real person. Um, it's not really a spoiler, but it's just one of the people that you see in the musical in the movie. So if you ever heard They Had It Coming, there's one person who doesn't speak in English. The entire time, her noises during the pop six slash whatever part, little intro part. And she is actually inspired by a real person. She was an immigrant, I believe, who her and her husband, as far as we know, were actually very happy together. They actually genuinely loved each other and they were great. Um, when one day there we go, Cleo's finished. Um, And we're going to start on Jimmy next. So one day she came home and found her husband murdered. The neighbors blame it on her, but as far as we know, she didn't actually murder him. She was actually innocent, but the thing is that no one knew what she was saying. They could not understand her, and they didn't get like a translator or anything. So like the person defending her couldn't really defend her because she couldn't speak any English. Which ended up leading to her execution and her being found guilty for the murder, even though it's thought that she most likely didn't actually murder her husband. So it's a very sad story, but it is actually a true story that's worked into the musical of Chicago at the time. So she was one of the few. She was one of the ones that was there and, well, didn't get to, was found guilty. But the complexities of life, I know. Uh, okay, let me look up Jimmy reference. So it's just a very interesting thing. Okay. Right, because he still had his super. Okay. Hmm. Well, because technically he had his superhero skin until Double Life. So that makes it harder, but still doable. Okay. I'm gonna get some water super quick, and then we'll start figuring this out. Alrighty. I have returned, so now I get to start figuring this out. We're gonna start with this pose. So I'm gonna start with Tango and Jimmy, and then if I still have energy, it might be that we end up taking like a small like break for me to rest and get some food and stuff, and then come back and do the other two. We'll see kind of what happens. Because I'm just kind of a sleepy bean. I have no energy because it's summer break and I stay up late. And yeah. But I really want to get stuff done. So we'll see. We will see. For those that weren't here last time, what I am doing is these little drawings that are called croquettes. They are for fashion, so that basically we can create humans incredibly quickly, because what matters less is that we know how to draw a person, and more that we know how to design for a person. So I can draw a person on my own, but in the fashion world, having one base that you use for all of that person's outfits or for multiple different people and things is just more efficient than trying to do everything. Okay, there's one. So, yes, it is tracing, but it's actually one of the things that are very common in the industry. So, I know it's an odd little industry thing indeed, but it is one nonetheless. Yeah, which makes sense. Again, you just need a pose. You need to know. You just need to draw it. The rest is going to be whatever you want. So, it's one of the things that I always like sharing, because I've had people tell me that my art is less effort just because I use a pose, but also, I mean, yes, in some ways, cool, now I have a pose, but a lot more goes into like picking the poses that I do for each character than you would think. So there's actually reasons why I pick each pose for each um like design of like the third life people. So it's actually really fun. But because my art focuses less on the person and more on, well, everything else, I'm like, it doesn't bother me. It still doesn't negate all of the time and effort and thought that goes into the outfit itself. Now, I'm not telling you to go steal art. Don't do that. Don't go steal someone's art just for fun. But what I am saying is that if you use a reference or a base, you're not any less worthy. You are still very much an artist. So, there we go. Jimmy! God, why am I so thirsty? Give me a second. So... Wait, what is the roll called again? Wait, I forgot which roll I'm supposed to be giving you. Hold on. I must check something. Okay. I thought. Kitty. Spooky cave. Hello, Emma. Hey, being in a cave is valid. Crystal. And I let you in, Yami, so you now have access to the rest of the server. Um, Hell yeah, we love caves. I would love to go spelunking at some point, or like cave diving or cave exploring. But also like kind of sounds terrifying. It's a very cool tour. Hell yeah. Cave tour sounds awesome. Did you learn any neat facts? Well, you don't want to go deep into the caverns of the winding, twisting world that is whatever lays below the surface of the cave. Deep into the hidden secrets in the bowels, where the creatures don't need light to see. Sorry, I've been on a real, like, storytelling kick recently, so, like, uh... That's cool. I always like gaining random facts. God, how am I gonna make a superhero hobby? That is a wonderful question. Okay. Okay. Also, hold on. I just remembered one of my jobs I was supposed to do. Hold on. I need to do my job. Wait. Uh. Okay. Um. Oh no, I would not want to crawl through a 1 by 1 foot hole for a mile. No, that's no, 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 no. There's a difference between adventure and wanting to not die, and also claustrophobia. Um, Hold on. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember my job as a head and what I'm supposed to send people who enter the server. Uh, uh. Hold on. It technically it is. As far as I know, spelunking is just literally exploring caves. But I might be wrong. I thought it was just cave exploring. Uh, application. Okay, there we go. Cool. I did my job. Now I can go back to doing this job and figuring out how to draw a Captain America outfit, I guess. I don't know. Well, I mean, technically you're still crawling through caves. You're just not literally crawling. I guess the gloves go a lot. Huh, okay. Um, okay. You try and figure out what's happening. I've never actually like really paid attention to what Captain America's like like outfit does, but like it does some weird things. That's not how outfit should work. Like I know that they made it work for the movies, but also like what that outfit doing? Even in the movies, they made it work better. They like changed it up some so that it actually works better. And the comics is just kind of like what that outfit doing? What that outfit doing? That's not normal. I mean, that's fine. It cannot be normal, but like, what it doing? What are we doing here? Okay. I feel like I do an S this way. It's gonna look too much like a 5. So, yep. Main reason I'm screwed once I move to the city. As soon as I move to a city, it's guaranteed. With my luck, as soon as I move to a city, there's just gonna suddenly be superheroes everywhere, and I'm just gonna be like, fuck. Just wait. It's well, nice knowing you all. And then Jimmy's just got like this happening. Nothing fancy at all happened with the hair. That's nice. And we determined that he's one of the few just straight up humans, so cool. Superhero look. He's not a superhero in Third Life. Well, uh he I guess he is, but not really. Time to make this guy humanish. God, my head is like throbbing. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the blue into a jacket. Kind of similar to how like Scott has his lovely little hobbity jacket. We're giving Jimmy a Hobbit jacket as well. Actually, let me pull up Scott real quick. That way I can remember what I'm doing. Okay. A bit longer. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna have his be slightly shorter than Scott's. Right? Okay. A nice little collar. He's a fancy little hobbit. And we'll keep the rolled up sleeves. That's fun. And then we're gonna keep white shirts similar to Scott's, except this one doesn't have any stripes on it. On the back of the jacket, a little back. You can't see that. Here. Ta-da! On the back of the jacket, we'll keep the little keep a little S on the back of the jacket. So, okay. And then we get to keep his belt. Do I give Jimmy a corset? Full transparency right here. Why is this leaning so far? Okay, hold on. My light is like this is like getting like less and less. So I need to turn this like this for it to be even. It's even here. So I'm not sure why this is so. Okay, that's better. Just to keep like the little thing, I give like a little corset. It's very tempting. I'm not going to, but it's very tempting. You know, we're gonna give him a polo instead of like a full button up like Scott's. He only has like a partial button up. We'll keep the pants. We'll give him like different boots. So boots are now slightly flared. Okay, I might only get through this when my head is pounding right now, and I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try and do a lot more, but my head is currently like absolutely pounding. So it might be that I like do this one end stream and then come back later. We'll see. I'm gonna lower the paint slightly more. Okay. We'll keep the gloves. We're keeping the gloves as well because those are fun. And the shirt's gonna peek out underneath and also be rolled up. Actually, we're gonna raise it slightly more. Changing some things up. Leave this as just a short jacket. Make the sleeves rolled. And not like that. Okay. Cool. You know what? I think I want to just give him full pants. I wanted to try giving him shorts, but I think I just want to give him the full pants. Yeah, he looks ready. He both looks very dapper, but also like very much ready to work on a farm, which I think is the correct vibe for hobbits. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna tab out here, guys. I want to do more. I really do. I'm gonna try and be back later. Like maybe do a second stream today where I do more. But I need to lay down. I am incredibly tired and really dizzy. I should be fine. Like, I think I'm just tired because I've been doing a lot recently. Um, but I will genuinely, I'll try to be back. I know we didn't make much progress today, and you guys deserve to see some new outfits. So hopefully, I'll see you all again soon. Bye. Love you all.